Have you ever been in a situation where you're trying to remember how your mom used to cook some delicious meals when you were quite young, or how you used to enjoy meals when you go to your grandma's place and you just don't know how she used to cook them? Today, we'll be looking at blank recipe books and the profitable keywords for you to use in them for them to rank high on Amazon. Welcome to the latest video on profitable LCB keywords. In this video today, we'll be looking at the most profitable keywords you can use for your LCB books, especially the blank recipe books. So let's go on. One of the things I would like to bring to your attention is this. For these profitable keywords, you need to understand that a lot of things come into play. And they're quite easy to actually make. So when we go through Amazon itself, the main keyword recipe book comes back with close to with over 80,000 results. That's 80,000 results. But when you go through, when you go past the sponsored keywords, you would kind of notice that majority of the books really have low BSRs. Take note that this some of these BSRs are in different in other categories. This is kitchen and dining, office products, but what we are looking at majorly are blank recipe books. So if you look at these keywords, 80,000 keywords, you'll be like, that is really competitive, and it's not something you want to go into. But you could actually niche down, and you definitely be getting better results when you niche down. Now let's move on to this keyword here. Based on the research I have done, some of these keywords are also quite cool. This is recipe book for couples. You would love this. And then you scroll through the page. You scroll down gradually through the page. You would note that you have some books. This is actually in Kindle store. Let's scroll past the sponsored pages. Now this is £1, 2 plates, more than 70 completes. Now, majority of these books that you see here are actually filled with different recipes. Basically, since we are doing low content, one of the things we're trying to do is we're trying to make recipe books that you can actually fill in these things yourselves. You can fill in these recipes so you will never forget them. Let's take a look at this particular one. I've opened it up here. It's titled, I don't want to say this one here, but this we cook together a recipe book. This is actually a blank recipe book for couples. If we go in, let's load this, and then we scroll down and see what the interior looks like. This is the front page. This is basically something very simple. It just includes what the recipe is and on what page. So you can easily just scroll down, have a look. Then if you get to this point, you'll be able to list what the ingredients are. You'll be able to list the name of the recipe itself, and based on what source, where is this recipe, where is the recipe emanating from. Maybe it might be a particular one from Mexico, or maybe from Spain or the United States. How many people does it serve? How long does it take to be prepared? The cook time, the total time, the main ingredients you're making use of, you list them in here. And what are your ratings and the notes, the flavor, the appearance, the ease, the cook time, and how healthy it is. You can rate from 1 to 5. This is actually a good interior. So if you scroll down, you also see this section that where you can actually enter the directions on how to prepare this particular meal, this particular recipe. So that's the basic thing you get from a blank recipe book, and it's actually it's unique because you can have different types of meals, and you can place them in this books such as this one, so you never get to forget or you will miss out on them. If we move on to this particular keyword, blank recipe book, it comes back with how many results? 6,000 results. 6,000 results. That's what it comes back with. And you know, though it gives us an SPT score of 41, but 6,000 results, that is actually quite high. But you would note, if you scroll down and look at the books that come back, let's scroll past the majority of the books. This is 185,000 in books. This is 185,000 in books. This is 23,000 in books. And these books are actually doing pretty well, as at now, as at this point in time. This is 35,000 in books. Let's take a look at the interior of this. Let's scroll and see this. It's actually very simple. Recipe book, a blank cookbook to writing your own recipes. Take a look at what the interior looks like. We scroll down the front page, and okay, you have a conversion chart where you can check measurements, weight, temperature, liquid measurements. And this is the recipe index, what you have, recipe titles you have on each page. Now if you scroll down slightly also, I think in this book you have 106 pages, so you can put what the recipe name is, the ingredients, directions, similar to what we saw the last time, but different format. And it just goes down like that, and the end of it. So one of the things you need to also note that is this: you need to, okay, it's 112 pages, and it costs how much? 399 as we speak, and it's ranking just under 40,000, 35,000, which is really good for such a simple book that you can make in 20-30 minutes. Now, once we've been able to establish that, I want to bring this to your attention. We've been able to go into the depths of Amazon, which is what we do on this channel. And from what we've been able to come up with, we've been able to come up with 229 actually, 229 keywords that you could make use for your, no, not necessarily that you could make 229 keywords related to recipe books. And obviously there are different types of books, keywords. You have, say, if you scroll through this, you have some for smoothie recipe. If you scroll up, you have salad recipes, you have simple recipe, notebook, journal, blank cookbook, recipe book. That's more of a tongue twister. You scroll up a bit, you have different types of niches within this main niche. It's called sub niches. So the more you can niche down into some of the most profitable keywords, the better it is going to be for you. And if you haven't gotten a spreadsheet yet, ensure you download it from the description below. Just to give you a brief explanation, this column is for any keyword that returns less, the number of competitors less than 1,000. This column is greater than 1,000. This column is for over 2,000. This is over 3,000. And then for each search, you need to ensure that do you have relevant books that are relevant to that search, to that keyword searched on the front page. And do you also have at least a minimum of 3 books that come back with ABSL less than 300,000? This shows that there's traffic going into that niche. And then one other thing we have done is this: for all of these keywords, either they are high or low, whether they are good or not good for you, we have put in the Amazon link here. So it's gonna be very easy for you to just go through. If you're interested in, let's say, this particular book, you scroll down to the end, you copy, you come back to Amazon page here, and you paste and go to it. So now it gives us, as of today, we have 886. How many did we get here? how many were indexed here? This is 877. So you need to also know that from time to time, new books will be published. It's also possible for old books to be taken off, you know, or not indexed for that keyword anymore. So we have 886 competitors as at now. As at the point of this, we had 877. So that's basically the way for you to make use of this spreadsheet. So you can go down into the description, download the book, download the spreadsheet, download the keywords, make use of them in your listings, and continue to make profit. If you've loved this video, we would appreciate it if you like and subscribe. Thank you very much. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.